Swatching for a project is an incredibly important part of the process when you are preparing to make a garment or anything that's going to fit. And so oftentimes there's projects that will be knitted in the round, and it is important to also swatch in the round. So I'm going to demonstrate how that's done. What you'll find is that it's not practical to knit an entire tube, and so what you're going to do is essentially cheat the backside. So you'll cast on your stitches, bring your yarn over into the working position by dragging it back, behind, and then you are simply going to knit. So what this does is it mimics the act of knitting in the round. So you are just knitting every single stitch, and it should allow you to have a more accurate gauge swatch than if you were knitting and purling back and forth. So once you reach the end of this row, or round essentially, the last stitch. So now what you're going to do is take these stitches, slide them to the end of your needle, get these back into the working position, bring your needle around, take your yarn end, drag it across the back, and repeat that process until you have a large enough swatch to count your gauge. You'll notice that the outer stitches on each side of the swatch tend to distort a little bit. So these stitches on this end here will tend to be a little bit distorted, and this on this side will again be distorted. So it is important to cast on a few extra stitches. So for example, this particular project that I am swatching for, it's telling me that I should have 23 stitches across and 4 inches. And so I casted on a few extra stitches. So I think I'm somewhere in the realm of like 26 or so. And that just helps give me a little bit of a buffer to actually be able to measure my 4 inches across.